Hello? Hello? Yeah, we can hear you. All right. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and start all the recordings. Irish and Marino, my crew starting the broadcast and the record. Alright, I think we're going to do a little bit of intro here on our end, and we'll get to you, okay? Alright, we're going to start at 3. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Sports Medicine Broadcast, episode 59, the Lion program, with Webb and the Springwood High School Sports Medicine program for October 30th, 2013. And I'm your host, Jeremy Jackson. With me today is... Michelle, go ahead. We got a couple other students doing different jobs, and you can hear in the background. Well, this time it's not the coaches, which I'm sure you'll hear later over here watching the film, but you're actually hearing the coach at one of the elementary schools. Yesterday, we're going to be talking with Bailey. She's representing Springwood's High School sports medicine, their sports medicine class that is actually teaching courses to elementary kids, basic sports medicine to elementary kids. And we're going to be watching live what they're doing. She's going to explain how they use it. That's what I was like that.
Alright, maybe we get into the team part of that aspect and get some time. I'll go back and watch inside and outside the main thing here.
I don't have it. Sounds fine.
We should be
alright, so
down on the side.
why don't we go ahead and get started with you, and that way we can catch as much of your lesson as we can.
Their slot is a lot tighter than this. Okay? So we'll go back to the outside on the slot. Even if he's that tight, you probably should widen out a little bit too. Not just be right inside here. It's an easy fit on you. Get outside on our eyes.
You have to speak loudly. They have to be able to hear you.
Treat your rule. Even though we've got same plain drop coverage, but treat your rule so we can maintain gap integrity.
What you gonna tell me what integrity is?
It's your word to look up for Dave, bring back Friday. Yeah, you do.
Alright, so what is Lion? Is that the school mascot, or is it stand an acronym for something?
Alright. We're going to try to stretch this play. We want to play stretch. I know I don't have grips.
Okay. I was wondering if I capitalized it in all my stuff, because I thought it meant something different, but I wasn't sure. Alright, very cool. So why don't you go ahead and describe kind of what's going on there, and then we're going to ask some other questions throughout.
Yeah, well, yes, replay. So if you come through here and it's just free and clean and you ain't got nothing, nobody's blocking you, just go straight before backing up.
Describe what's going on there. And then
Jack, if the tackle's out blocking on your ass, squeeze. I know he's 330 pounds and he's still going to block you out, but don't run away from him. But you're not even coming down. I mean, there's nothing you're doing except standing there and wanting to be blocked. I know, first they'll ask me what happens if I'm the T tackle on the backside and they out block me. Two things have to happen. Number one, if I'm coming inside, he out blocks me. If I can't get to the hip line, I've got to jam hands and then I need to cross face. If they out block me, that play's going to run inside. And Sergio, when are you going to start using your hands, man?
How did the line program start?
Linebacker. Anthony.
No.
No, we find over here.
Quarterback to running back, right? And Chris, you're reading running back, quarterback, right?
Hi guys.
You should be.
Hello.
Reading him, right? You gonna be able to play him by doing what you just did? The whole reason why we're telling our D tackle right here, you don't need to mess with it. Quit trying to put your hands on his back. Shoot, you come in there free, go hit the quarterback. Alright, this is a tailback screen.
Alright. The C1
Tailback
teach
screen.
one.
You realize
C1 do one teach one.
two inside backers, we're playing man.
And where did
Pretty
you
much all
get that
night.
concept?
Our class. Okay. You two, granted, Chris, you right out reading running back. If he comes at me, I should be thinking, I've got him man. Correct? For pass coverage and things like that. If he flares out this way, I'm thinking I've got him man, but I don't go attack him. I open that way and we'll rally back to his ass.
How long does each lesson last at the end of the spring?
Guys, and I know Delgado didn't really do this very well. But what you gotta realize, when this quarterback, he don't stop. He keeps back up. He just keeps drawing you in. Right now, Purcell should have known this is freaking, this is
So you go to two different schools in one day?
spring. You run through there free, and the quarterback is backing away from you. Stick your foot in the ground.
So how many times
and go
do y'all
right
teach
back where you came from.
at the school that you're at now?
There's a reason why he's doing that.
So today they will teach two
stuff
different
keep going.
classes of fifth graders, approximately 50 students in each
I don't know
class.
for certain.
So they'll teach
You
the
don't know.
45 minutes.
You're always.
Gotcha. So they teach about 100 fifth graders two separate times each month?
Try yourself out a little bit, just
Okay, I
a
got
little bit. Don't make it so easy this guy can block me on the pass set.
Students are separated.
Your first couple steps you're squeezing down anyway, right?
Those students
Slide yourself out,
then
help yourself out a little bit,
choose
about
how they
mine.
want to teach it. They
Once
choose
you recognize pass, let's go get it.
what skill they want to teach, what activities they want to do.
All right, hold on.
Everything is up to
So you can.
And then they did teach.
This that right here, correct?
So.
So if he goes away from you, my eyes automatically go where? The backside, or the
Carly,
tip of the tripod.
they're free in church October.
I should be flying to the pitch right now. Kept going.
All right, and so real quick, if you're just happening to listen live or even listen to the recorded version, we were talking with Kat Webb from Springwoods High School and her sports medicine students, and they're teaching in an elementary gym, so the extra noise you hear is not our coaches this time, but it's their PE coach. And so that's just part of the situation if we're working with a live environment. That's what we're gonna work around. So if we're paused and you
So
can't
now,
understand
work cross key and
the
safeties.
sorry, but that's what we got. So.
Work cross key.
All right, so we're gonna get back to a little bit more of the question about the program. When are y'all gonna start doing some demonstrations again?
Right now, the next class just came in, so they will start with introducing themselves.
Jax,
And then the
this
day
guy's
will
gonna
go
come block
into
your
a
ass.
warm-up. And then their lesson for October is emergency action plans with spine forwarding. So we have a safe entry that will go down in the warm-up.
Chris.
Trainers are not aware of it. And the high
There,
schoolers
you
show
got
them
that
the
back.
chaos, what happens when you don't
Not a
have
bad
a
job.
plan at home. And then we will go through the plan, and it shows them correct spine forwarding.
Got this place
How
laid.
you need to work, how you do 911. So they are prepared at home, and then line students then cross over into the sixth grade athletic training students. And they already know basic skills and they can help us. So I'm going to have Bailey.
Like that on-
She will
like that.
explain what the high schoolers are doing.
All right.
Oh, let's just split that. Split that.
Welcome back, Bailey.
Don't worry about the quarterback pulling back on this one when he pulls back. Don't people need to worry about this? Be the backside tackle, backside jack.
So when you're
He
not
pulls and wants to come back.
basically become
Everybody else read your keys and play you're supposed to
so
play.
they kind of spread out throughout the crowd,
All right,
do what they do.
guys, they don't run this set off. What do we think? I know I got torch called. Okay, but even if I didn't, we're thinking what right now? These two guys all sit over this way. Thinking, QB sweet. He's the ball carrier. He's the guy that won't carry the ball most of the time. He's their leading rusher. Okay? 14s are all do-it-all guys.
They're gonna be like,
Alright, so while we're waiting for the injury to occur, how long does it normally take y'all to prepare this lesson? Have y'all been doing this since the beginning of the school year, or can you hear me, Bailey?
Manned up right over here. He's cross canvas back over here. So this guy now motions away. Don't move. Sit where you're at. This safety picks that guy up. Now the safety, you're cross canvas that guy. Ross is about to do it. So now, since that guy motions away, now you cross canvas.
Alright, it looks like someone is
Picks up the
having
motion.
a seizure there
Now
on
the guy that he was.
your gym floor.
God, the kids are
Is that what's going on, Bailey? Somebody having a seizure apparently?
We moved to the middle. This guy sat here.
Bailey, can you hear us?
But now we're getting him because we're in a bad position. You don't need to move.
So it looks like somebody's having a seizure there on the gym floor. Is that what's happening?
They are not trusting. This kid is looking to get his ass out wide.
Alright, so it looks like someone was having a seizure there. It is all crowded around.
Alright, can you check what? Remember jacket, don't run jacket. These flat to the heel lines. No-go's a little weak. I'm saying he's gapping down. They might block out. Alright, now I know he screwed all this up. Okay, remember this one with Ty comes back around, gets the ball, sprints out this way, quarterback's all nice that way. So I'm telling you, need to hold, move the water. So overall, I thought we did a good job. This one did a shitty job on him. Our backside jack. Dude, you're not gonna make a play on the other side of the freaking ball. You're a jack, blows away, get deep as back and tread. This team loves reverse halfback pass. They probably run about 3 different ones up. As soon as they see your ass doing that, what are they gonna come back with? Reverse halfback pass. You're manned up, stay on your man. I know we haven't talked about it much.
what are the benefits?
We don't do a whole lot of it. Dealt with some motion and trips.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to do 1 or 2 things. We need to stay, come all the way over, you go man, or we need to freaking bump down and call squat. Let this safety squat in the corner and safety get in the middle.
Alright, so baby, how long were y'all working on this before? Is this the
Y'all
first
out
one y'all
here,
done this year?
And this guy's blocking without a problem.
Alright, so have y'all been learning this all year long so far, or about 12 weeks into the school year, or whatever it is?
Do you see past Enrico?
We learned about this last year. So far this year, we've really just been doing all the projects. We've just been preparing for this lesson for about a week or so.
All right, so more or less you learned all this stuff last year, but then you just kind of put the lesson together last week or so.
Yeah.
So it's not something that takes a whole long time. I guess because Ms. Webb there has a pretty good worked out.
Linebackers, even the jacket for a torch. Realize if this guy wheels out this way, one of two things are going to happen. They're going to run the wheel route to his ass or the hook and ladder to his ass. So don't come off of him. Tell me how bad he stinks.
Also prepared them for what they need and what they need.
As soon as you come off because you think the ball's thrown, that's when he's going to flip it right to his ass. And that's how they scored on freaking Southeast.
Participate in their lesson and help them teach it, and then they come to the elementary school and teach it here.
All right, go on. I know Cheryl didn't run this right.
How does this affect your sports medicine program?
Well, this allows us to gain more students in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade because they've been exposed to it here in the 5th grade at the elementary school level.
You're looking in the back of it. We're in Hall. That's your guy. He goes there, that's where you go and you make contact with him. You did your job. He goes outside, you go get him. You make contact with him, you go
So
with him.
I don't know if you have like the
Understand?
numbers, but how many kids
Okay.
do you think from
Yeah, he came inside, so I should have come in here and hit him.
fifth grade
Since
lessons
you took your eyes off of him, look at
actually
the back of
become
him.
student
That's where
athletic
you're gonna get
trainers?
to.
How many
You gotta
of those
read your key the
transfer?
whole way through. You cannot come off your key.
Our second or third year
That's the outside.
doing this, third year.
And just make it a tackle and an angle. You gotta go where the quarterback's going. Don't worry about that guy from the block you.
But we have had 5th and 6th grade
Hang
Outside.
and participate with this. We've had about 5 last year, I believe. About 5 students from the line program last year work with us.
And so when they come
Your favorite
work with
play,
you,
go on. Quarterback sneak.
tell me what that means.
Double ISO. So I need you two,
Are
the
they
plays
just
coming
carrying
this
water
side, I
bottles?
need
Are
you
they
two hitting that
sitting
damn
there?
gap.
Is it games?
If
Are
the
they
plays
only
coming this
practices?
side, I
What is
need
it?
you two hitting that gap.
A different way.
Go inside, who's that, Ricky? Don't go inside there. Go hit that thing with your inside shoulder. Make it go back to where all the other guys are at. Okay? You just attack coming downhill, you just attack them with the wrong shoulder.
And that means you're doing everything you can to learn different.
Keep coming, that's it. See, you are waiting on contact. Go deliver contact. Come on, Homer. Oh, go blow his ass up. Waiting. Oh, wait.
It just depends on their willingness to discipline themselves.
As a sixth grader, they could come and stand on the sidelines
right now should be
with a sling bag and
trying to
water
get all
bottles
these
if
guys.
they were really working hard and doing everything they're supposed to be doing.
He's trying to use his arm.
Now, maybe this would be better addressed to Ms. Webb, but it seems like having a sixth grader might be a little bit dangerous, having a sixth grader on the sidelines.
Yeah, I'll let them
Okay, I'll just ask you again.
Okay.
It seems like having a sixth grader on the sidelines with a kid and water bottles might be just a little bit dangerous because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's not the same speed as an intermediate school game. But what are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree. And the students that we have had have
Once you get through the gap, you gotta start thinking, I gotta make it
they
that.
hadn't reached the level of a
You
kid.
come through there, then you wanna read in the backfield and then do something.
Students at the sixth grade level.
Once you whoop this guy's ass, you gotta think, okay, where I got this gap, and you start thinking, I gotta tackle
Or
something.
a manager with a little extra skills. And then in 7th and 8th grade, if they come over to the high school for our football practice and get trained, then they can be a junior athletic training
And
student.
we'll run this play, where this guy's gonna try to come kick your ass out, try squeezing right there.
Above and beyond have actually gone to student symposiums. Spring Branch hosts a conference very similar to GHAP. And we have invited 4th and 5th graders that have come to practice that have shown us that they have skills. They are
I is, I was
fifth graders that we feel can handle it, and they will stay
Well,
on
sir,
the sideline.
you
They
rip
won't
through,
actually
come down,
just
make a
stick
play.
with the water like
Stand
this.
up, wait, and see where the ball is at.
That.
You don't make a play like that.
So you're gonna have 4 fifth graders just standing there watching on the sidelines because they've been coming to practice every day, every other day, or
Because of the, hard to explain, because of the way it's participated in the line program, then we asked their coach, Coach K, if he recommends anybody, and like I said, we had some fourth graders last year that went to conference with us, so that we know that we'll target them and the fifth graders to be able to stand with us, and they're assigned to a student, or they're assigned to myself, so they're not unattended during varsity meeting.
okay. And so she had mentioned 6th graders as well. Do you have any 6th graders coming out now?
This year, unfortunately, we did not have any.
We can't stack on top until we can touch it, so we need to be more of a yard inside so that they can't beat us inside.
Just magically found out, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So then, what? I mean, I'm really interested in this program because obviously it sounds like it builds a lot of interest, at 5th grade level.
Right.
Yes.
And then you're talking about a more local type jihad.
Look, Max, motion's
Where do
out.
you?
Checks the what?
I'm sorry, can you
Who's
repeat?
gotta go with the motion?
Yeah, it's pretty loud, and I was collecting my thoughts there.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get into the microphone keeps getting louder.
That's okay. If there's a point where you want to show what they're doing, then we can just step over there and watch and listen to that for a second. Are they teaching something?
Yes, they're teaching right now.
Okay, well, let's take a break from the questions and go over there, get a little bit closer, and watch and see what they're doing.
Josh, keep him in the pocket.
Okay, so we're gonna start.
Good, you two are level. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna get picked, you cannot be level. I'm gonna skip around and bump that way and go from there. Any lights on or off?
All right, this looks like it could be chaos.
Okay, so they're going to go into their activities. Part of the deal with lines is we went into the health fitness classroom instead of an assembly or a regular classroom. They have to do some type of movement. So the high schoolers, their activity has to be something medical, a skill they can take home, and an activity. So to show them healthy nutrition, fitness, things like that.
Okay, so now they're just doing something physical.
Yeah, so they're going to play torpedo, which is going to look like chaos with a dodgeball.
So is anybody going to go down here with a fake spine injury?
So when they originally started playing this, they were teaching about heart rate and how you need to monitor your heart rate and how you burn calories and what type of foods you should eat. So the fifth graders already know how to take their pulse. So once everyone gets out, they'll sit and take their pulse. They've already learned their anatomy, so instead of saying from the waist down, they'll say they can hit their femur or tibia, they can't hit their scapula, or things like that.
Gotcha. Do you guys know all those here? Know where your femur is?
No.
We're gonna have to work on that.
Not at all. Famous sound like a finger. Is that your finger?
You're right. The femur is thigh, the upper leg.
Femur, fingers, I do that.
All right, so Ms. Webb, at this point, are they finished with the EAP lesson?
It's heading out.
So at this point, are they finished with the EAP lesson? Are they going to go back to that?
No, this is the end of their lesson. They have to turn in a lesson plan to me that follows a rubric that tells me their classroom management, the worksheets, the whole 9 yards of a regular teacher would turn in. And so they start with the warm-up, then it goes into a lesson, and then it goes into an activity. Then as a follow-up, making sure they understand what they were taught. And we usually try to give them something from one of our doctors to promote the different doctors that help us at the high school. So like a Powerade bottle that business card came to, something like that.
All right, so how do we go about doing something similar here or in any other high school? Ms. Webb, are you there?
I only got part of it. How at a similar school or high school?
Yeah, how could I get this started here if I wanted to do something? You know, obviously I'm going to start small. If we were to make one visit or something like that, then what would you say I need to do?
I honestly went to the elementary school first. I asked my sports medicine students what they thought about it, and they thought it was wonderful. Until they got to the school and thought, oh my goodness, they didn't realize how much work it was really good. And then I went to the elementary school and asked, would you be willing to have this happen during your class? It could be chaos because high schoolers are completely in charge. It's complete student-to-student learning. So the high schoolers learn in fifth grade. I had an elementary school coach, Coach Gage, said if you would answer any questions you guys may have. He said, yeah, that's fine. And then went to the principals and told them the idea and thought that it would really benefit both fifth graders and high schoolers. And they said, okay, let's try it for a year. The second year, we wanted it to go district-wide because fifth graders and high schoolers were talking about it and how much they could learn just from being taught from the student versus the teacher. And then now the entire athletics program has gone to an initiative where all the sports come over to teach fifth graders to help promote their sport for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade grades.
All right, so how do you feel about that? That they kind of stole your thunder there. You know, this was your big thing, and then they came in and now made it all of athletics do that.
I'm okay with it. I'm seeing a huge change with the students, and we've seen a lot of mobility issues. So we have a lot of 5th graders who can't use their agility drills, and that becomes an issue when we see them as a freshman, especially when you're looking at injuries and the amount of injuries that they see maybe at the ankle or something. But lo and behold, skills that were never taught, in 5th grade. So when the sports come over, they're teaching them basic dribbling, running, drills that we do in high school, but are very fundamental skills. But each year they build different fundamental skills. So right now, we have a program that's called Coaches U, and we have high schools that come and coach 5th graders. And we're in the hope that that will actually be partnered with universities, and then sports medicine will be tied into that. So we'll have high schoolers who will be able to receive kind of like teacher credit, internship hour, if you want to call it that, for the amount of time they spend in 5th grade. So it's really grown. It's really cool to watch.
All right, so really all of it started with you deciding to teach elementary kids or your sports medicine kids. So then how did that work out with the other high schools in your district? If they were like being told, hey, you have to do this.
Athletically, the high schools are very intuitive and enjoy going over to teach. I just lucked out to be at a high school that kind of already did some of this stuff with the middle school, but they have gone to the
Alright, so they didn't plan torpedo yet? Sounds like they're still making a lot of noise.
We still have, once all the high schoolers get out, the elementary students can almost go for hours. So we usually try to tag out the strongest elementary students first, and our high schoolers go. So now it's like cat and mouse, they're running around. All the high schoolers are out. Okay, so now they listened it, and now the next is gonna do a recap on how to do an emergency plan at home.
Alright, so let's go out there and see that.
Can you guys hear when I put the headphones out for tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're not passing out two papers, so make sure everyone has two papers. The first paper we're passing out is you put out when you have that, your address, and phone number. It's an emergency. These are things that you should know. Where your nearest hospital is, and you're gonna draw a map of your house, your neighborhood, those are your emergency plans, you know what to do. And help you make up your emergency action plan, and you're doing it. You know what you know, all the things. So, like, this is emergency. Help to make plans. Make sure that you put your phone numbers, address, nearest hospital, over 6 million. And you're going to put in that first paper. You have to fill out this one. From that is you're going to put the classification page. It's going to look over and make sure everything's moved. Your phone numbers, address, and then you come in and the PTA is
so then we'll ask you a couple more questions, and then is there a way you can get the elementary coach in here, or does he have to stay in there when the kids are playing?
Hold on a second, I couldn't hear it.
So we have a couple more questions, but is there a way you can get the elementary coach in here and I could ask him a few questions, and then, or does he have to stay in there while they're playing?
Oh no, it's all student driven. So I'll get Coach Kay and I'll get back to Bailey so we can questions about the students. One thing that I would add, Spring Branch offers a health and health fitness scholarship for our seniors. And for those students that are involved in the Lion program, they're actually put at the forefront. So right now, we are 2 for 2. For 2 years, we've taken all their scholarships. Just added buddies.
Nice. Bailey, can you hear us? You gotta know the rules. Coach K, welcome to the Sports Medicine broadcast. I don't know if you can see all my students here, but you can probably see just part of them. All right, so from your perspective, we've heard from Bailey and Miss Webb there, but from your perspective, how does this affect your classroom? How does having Miss Webb and her students come over, how does that affect your classroom or your gym time?
For gym time, I mean, as you can see, they're still active, but the goal is they're teaching them lifelong lessons that they're going to utilize when they get older. And even now, especially for our community, many of our kids at the 5th grade level have to take care of their younger brothers or sisters. That's what the sports medicine students are doing. I think it's going to help them in the long run.
All right, so on that same note, do you have any stories of students that have actually had to use something that they've been taught?
Sorry, if you have any stories of students that what?
So if they go over there, if they teach them injury prevention, do you have any stories of your 5th grade students using what they have just been taught?
Well, thankfully not anything like an emergency, but some of them went home last year when they taught them on some of the household items they could use to split up the students. They taught their younger brothers or sisters about that. So, I mean, it's kind of like a domino effect. The kids in high school, you see their 5th graders, they pass that message on to their brothers and sisters who are in it first. Okay,
so thankfully no emergency injuries, but they are sharing the knowledge that they're using, and you never know.
Definitely, yeah. And they also, I know that Ms. Webb, they offer a training session once a year at the John Coleman Coliseum. So some of our kids from the 5th grade get chosen to go be a part of that. And they give them a more in-depth, thorough explanation of sports medicine training, and they get to meet some of the Texas trainers and college trainers from around the city.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. What do hang on.
Are y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought one of my students was asking me something. What do you see as the biggest drawback, the hardest thing with the high school students coming over? Because we heard that it's really good, and benefits the kids and gets them into the program.
I wouldn't really consider it a drawback. I think the beginning is kind of like you gotta take yourself out of coach and teacher mode and not jump in. When you see the kids kind of going through some obstacles and challenges as far as teaching. To be honest, I guess some could view that as a drawback, but for many, that's how we learn through experiences. So the kids progressively, as they start in the beginning, they progressively get better and more effective at their teaching and what they're doing. So I don't know if that answers your question, but to me it's not really a drawback, but it's just allowing the kids to, I'm gonna use the word fail, but it's not that they're failures, but you gotta let the kids fail at some things because because that's how they grow and they learn from their mistakes. So the next lesson they come in and teach, they adjust to what did not work and they correct.
All right, very diplomatic answer there. Okay. Well, you guys have any other questions for the elementary coach here?
No.
No. All right. Well, Coach Kate, thanks for talking to us real quick. We're going to talk back with Ms. Webb, if you will. So thanks for talking with us. We're going to talk back with Ms. Webb.
Are we still asking, ask the question? When someone's asking the question?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you face in getting the program started?
My biggest challenge I don't have a budget for sports medicine, period. So to add a program that requires transportation, even though our elementary is only like a few blocks down the road, I wanted to make a point that we were starting a new program and that we needed all of the benefits that everyone else got. So budget was the hardest. I would like my sports medicine students to have a uniform where they wear a t-shirt every time they teach, so the sixth graders, when they see them, they recognize them. We have the kids who come out to our athletic events, and they know the different high schoolers. But I feel there's some things that we can do to make that better. So budget has been our biggest issue.
All right, so do you think that all the visibility that this program has gained is pushing administration towards giving you at least something?
Yes, I do. I would apply for many grants as well. It's hard to get people that don't understand how much student learning is to give monetary amount to that instead of buying new textbooks. So that's kind of been the uphill battle. I presented at school board meetings and health fitness district meetings, and every time I present, they get more and more on board. So I'm hoping to have a budget in the future.
All right, and then you told me one time we talked that you'll have a bus that already runs so that your kids can jump on that, or how did you solve the transportation?
Yes, one of our elementary schools, our new one this year, actually applied for a grant and was accepted, and that's how we got the bus to our new elementary school. The principal there wanted it so badly, they did whatever they needed to. Our elementary that we're at right now, that you're watching, Westwood, is just down the street, and so, like I told you before, we have buses that are en route throughout the day, and transportation said, yes, we love the program, and so we're allowed to jump on a bus and ride over to the elementary school.
That's awesome that the elementary school wrote a grant, did whatever they could to bring your program.
Yes, our biggest problem other than budget right now is we have too many elementary schools in us.
So now you're gonna have to start selling the other high schools on it, huh?
Yes.
That's cool. That's awesome. That makes you feel good about what you're doing.
Yes. So we're actually leaving, so Bailey and I are gonna walk out of the gym.
Okay.
So when we come over to the line, high schoolers only miss their sports medicine period. They don't miss any other class periods.
Are y'all on block scheduling?
And I don't know how much longer I'll have Wi-Fi.
Okay, well we can go ahead and end it there, and then that way we don't want to get dropped in the middle of the call or middle of a question. So, Ms. Webb and her sports medicine class, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. If you guys have any questions, please call us back or email us anytime if you guys are interested in the program or if you want to hear from the other students. It's amazing to hear their feedback when they come back for the first time after they've time. And they realize how much the teacher really has to do and how hard it really is, especially in medical.
All right, don't be trying I'm trying to recruit my kids from Pasadena to Springwood so they can go to that.
Just kidding.
So, all right, Ms. Webb, thank you very much. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, I want to do that. We should start going to middle school.
All right, so there is a lot. Nothing. There's a lot of work. You guys didn't stop the recording, did you?
No.
Okay, good. There's a lot of work involved in that. You hear all the stuff she was doing. So, we start with research. We got to find out about. You didn't get to ask the last question. The leadership. How can I get principals to agree and that kind of thing?
Call back on food.
Put it on a Post-it note. If I tell you what, for your homecoming, oh, we already had homecoming. For your burn Sam, sure, you can just put whatever it is. We want to visit the elementary schools.
We're making a shirt.
I don't know. You guys always make, your students always make sure it's for burn Sam.
I think that's why they made that burn stuff too.
I don't know. Okay, anyways, we'll skip past that. So this is something that it'd be really cool to do because right now, most of you are from St. Jack and would like to come and visit the middle school or intermediate, whichever one it is. And so if we were able to go to the 5th and 6th grade campus and teach something like that, it
That would be awesome too.
We should only do the bottom. Nah, they bad. Never mind.
So get rid of all this 5th and 6th grade
my brother.
campus.
Yeah, it's 56.
So that may be somewhere where we can start because we could walk there, we could have that connection. So we'd have to figure out what we were going to teach. We'd have to develop a lesson. We'd have to practice teaching. We'd have to get permission and all that other stuff. So it's an option. We gotta start small. Start small.
Right? Just to be walking.
All of it like, not all right.
My neck and my back.
Oh, I like that. I like what
neck
they
and
do.
my
Like,
back.
it looks so much fun. I want to do that.
What y'all playing
And it
torpedo or
benefits the elementary students.
Everything. Like from the beginning to the end. When they said hi to when they said bye.
I talked to Ms. Webb last year on the podcast, but I talked to her twice because we played them last year and this year. And I've been impressed with what they do. I think they're doing a lot of cool things, and in 45 minutes we only get to talk about a little bit of the stuff. I'd really like to be able to sit down and meet with her or just share all the stuff with her. So
Field trip to Springwood.
I don't think that exactly works.
Go get the bus.
So
Let's go on the golf cart. All of us rolling teams. He's like, hey!
Yeah. Oh my god, we should like go. I mean, we should like.
I mean, pushing people off like.
right now. Should we go buy a bus?
I was gonna say something about that.
Oh, there's a bus
Alright, well,
outside.
on that note, we will be in touch with Springwood High School about what they're doing, about how to get information, about possibly doing something similar. I can't guarantee anything. I'm not making any promises. We're going to go ahead and close it out. So if you will stick with us. There are certain people that we do want to continually thank. I don't know if I can tell you guys thank you. This is a lot of work, and you guys don't have to be involved. You don't have to participate. But you do, and you did a great job, so I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
So welcome.
And Ali will get in just a second because she's listening on the Ustream.
Ale, you're very focused on speaking.
Alright, and then also Patsy and I is the Education Foundation has the McDonald's Invitational Tournament coming up, and that's where they raise a lot of money for the grants. And I've said before, there's probably 30, 40, 50,000 lines of the grants received from them or other places. So Patsy and I is the Education Foundation is really a big supporter of what we do here. Our school lets me do all this stuff, and they're going to be helping us make some improvements so that we don't have to turn on the overhead projectors. Are going to be supposed to be getting a light switch in here and a light switch on the other side, and they're working on building the wall. And then, of course, my beautiful wife, Sarah. I don't think she's listening today because she's volunteering at the Mission Centers of Houston, but she listens whenever I have a Skype call. She's there. She's my practice Skype call, or she listens to the podcast, something I can do better, or she edits stuff for me all the time. And almost every single grant that I've written, she's looked at and fixed for me. So, my beautiful bride, Sarah, I want to say thank you for everything you do to help and support us here. Do you have any words of wisdom?
That's okay. Like we should try at least to get like some of the high schools in our district to at least try to help out the elementary kids, teach them.
Alright, so follow a good example. So probably what we ought to do is start here and make it work, and then show the other ones, kind of like what she did there.
She talked to the principal about us going to
Alright, so let me get some more information from Ms. Webb, and then we'll look at doing it. I can't promise or guarantee anything. We'll look at doing it. Alright, and then we'll start small and then go from there. Alright, well, if you want to check us out, sportsmedicinebroadcast.com, where you can watch live almost every single Wednesday, unless there's something else going on. You can download the audio on most of your podcast sources, so the live stream will be up on YouTube. There'll be a link to that on our website. And this one would be better if you watched it on YouTube. You can actually see the video, kind of what's going on. And so that's our website.
Follow us on Twitter at PHS Sports Med, Google Plus, PHS Athletic Training, Facebook.com/PHS Athletic Training.
For Jeremy,
Brianna, Laura,
Marissa,
Edith, Lorena,
Alex, Martin.
the Sports Medicine Crew, Springwoods High School, and Pat Webb. That's a wrap. Stop all the recording.